map, we're not worried about that result whatsoever, so we're going to take VP there.
To be fair, G2 has been amazing on bank. They've destroyed Falcons and stopped a 33 win streak on it. Then on
12 attack rounds, 1. Barely any defense rounds.
Similar thing again, where we have those 4 teams playing against each other here today. We kick off with VP and G2.
There's the break onto the wall. They're going to try and maybe play against it. Cook the man, but they're not stuck. They're hurt and fire, but they're able to just slip their way out. Doki finally finds the first. On towards Pasha, watching against from the long desk, swinging onto the windows, just misses the head of a second on the windows themselves, and you know, it's sort of this anticipation game that's pushed all the way up towards box, but Doki gets the triple. And at this point, Stompin's just watching cams as Doki's cleaning up the rest of the map. Almost got another slip round, but instead they've got to go top square at this point. But the utility cost that they've got left, it's 2 smoke bolts. And that is really it, Demo. The swing round the side gets Loira a kill of their own. And with 15 seconds and a 1 versus 5, I think it's fair to say, pretty clean opening there for G2. And Stompin, as you said, had the eyes on it. They were never pressured from that position. They could just sort of back towards it. Oh, there's a Blackbeard about to find a fight. Dan did get executed elsewhere. Doesn't suddenly want to be swung around the back. They're inside the start, inside above the side even, open. And the C4 will just combo with the Echo drone. Well, that's one way to make sure the Monty's cooked. Fast here and destroyed instantly. Joystick's dead on the far side, cooked out by Loira. And at this point, a second failure to launch and land here, Demo, even with the double shields.
Yeah, it's horrendous from VP. I don't really know what they're doing. The Blackbeard's going to try and get rushed down, and he will do, as the cover's there, and G2 have just won the round within a minute.
Onto the walkway on square, there's a bit of a jiggle fight, but 2 people on the same angles. It's a bit of a risk. The Joystick has to push his way up. There's always the chance of this.
Oh, brilliant.
Stomping with a C4, perfectly watched Fire Observer. Now they're forced further and further back out the corner, and then they just keep swinging on it, Demo.
As much as what VP are looking pretty for right now. G2, unbelievable. The comms, the communication, everything is working so well for them. They were holding down in towards Janitor. You have a C4 downstairs. The comm is, oh, there's a guy pushing me. Can we C4 him? The goo mines are going to hold him back. Wow, I am so locked in right now for the G2 team. I am so massively impressed with them. It's going so well. 1v4, no problem to him at all.
There has to be a timeout. Opening engagements, which says 2 things. 1, Doki on that sort of lead position, and yeah, they're a very mobile team. Black backline to worry about. The flashes start to come across Doki's front. They've cut themselves in closer and closer, getting some control over the swing to make sure there's nothing on the back end of it behind the Kiba barricade, and that will force out any player that might be in stock. Pasha rotating his way up towards top white, and Joystick gets Doki a 4 versus 3. They've got the man advantage doubled down now, and well, it's Blast that starts to fight back. 3 versus 2. Stompin gets caught out. The battle on the top does fall in Virtus.pro.
Look, Monty has been banned by G2. Fair enough, but Blackbeard isn't getting the look in. G2. Oh dear.
All of those G2 players will have to start falling back. It will help the other VP players do things like this. Catch them on the rotate. Oh no, it's Doki who gets the spray round. Even under the call, the Deimos is removed. Doki still slips back to sight. And Alamau does find the end of Joystick. Okay, I said they had the right idea.
The Tachanka.
It has to be the Tachanka. They've got a C4. You've got more than enough to just win this out from this position. So Pasha has to get the kill, but Doki's aware, and Doki locks that down. At this point, it'll just take the single swing. They do get the C4, but Stompin hits them back. You know, Shepard's going to still stick on the plant and get it cemented, but oh, does get one on his flight out, but Stompin gets that reliable finish to it, and well, who else do you really want on your back?
Thinking again, just playing those windows with that util. Last time we praised the VP were hitting this bomb site from different avenues, and again for Pasha, it's going to be a simple backstab. Nobody watching that walk up in through lobby. Still though, the trades are back in.
So at this point, with a minute, they have plenty of time to try and wrangle out the two remaining players, Loira and Stompin. We hear the start of a cover. Ooh, and a risky keeper move doesn't quite draw the attention, but there's one. 52 seconds now. Shepard and Joystick just trying to find the pinch onto the final player. He slips his way out. Great flame. Great bit of motion. Forces him on the long route round. How aware is Virtus.pro is going to be the tell. The hot pings come through. Stompin has to pick his moments perfectly. Joystick does get the connection though, and just over the top of the...
G2 going with the repeat, which, again, even G2 going for that bomb site 3 times and losing it twice. I mean, yeah, strange to see. I think for G2 and the way that...
Gets one. Moves away from his first engagement, drifts around to find it, but the call comes out at the worst possible time. Doki's able to get himself some safety, and then... Oh, it's Blaz even. Gets the lockout. Doki was just putting the pressure on, and now with a crossfight, there's the drop onto one. Dan hops right back out. Did get Blaz in the...
There's a VPR.
"25 seconds. They're trying to find a simple route through, but the breach... Oh, it's just an engagement to win out, and Loira and Stompin then do. I mean, G2, they...
Kills. It's happened more than once. It's happened quite a few times. So certainly it is an area and certainly a player that we look towards to make those big plays. And oh dear, a messy engagement, but Pasha ends up winning it against Stompin. Almost gave Stompin away in there, by the way. Alamau's been taken out. I think he got taken out from copy window. Had to have been.
He did get
into a 3-on-3.
He got one kill before he got taken out. Now it's a 2 versus 2 because Doki is inside the site, just throwing grenades and forcing the motion. Suddenly just Dan left in a 2 versus 1, but where is Blaz? Is Dan going to be able to isolate this fight first before support can show up at this point? They're just tucked in the corner. Now they're expecting it because the pings have revealed that yes, the man is in, slipped his way through. Okay, a 2 versus 1, still hitting them. The hot reads putting the pressure on there, but Blaz gets the end of it. They had Dan in a box. Yeah, it was great. Pasha was trying to bait them into the waiting shotgun of always. Just sort of sat there and they're like, no, no, no. I'm not chasing that Echo drone. Get the hatches open. Oh, but Dan! You could see Doki was sort of looking for the fight, but it's a great gun in Dan's hands to be able to thread those sort of needles and just do a huge amount of damage as the slugs tear your head off. Blaz is still getting the hatch done, but Loira screams his way through, hot droned in, almost gets the head of Dan as well. They're spraying through, Dan gets out of there, and they're just covered by a glass in the middle of a smoke. Where is any action here, Virtus.pro? Pasha's gotten killed. They're going to try and push their way up green and try and retake the verticality as they've got to. Alamau, they have a bit of safety because the hatch itself is locked. It's a full send to the top rope and a bit of a cut in the middle. The rotate round. Cut on towards Archive, Stompin. He's got a heavy fight to do here, and he's put himself in a really nice position, but they just drift on by. There's almost one, always so hurt, but Stompin's still alive, and as long as he's alive, they can't just get the control of the site. There goes Pasha as well. Blaz is winning out. They have to push and kill him, but Stompin, he's just holding down. Just Alamau gets the kill on the back. It's traded out, but too little, too late. G2.
Beaten me on this map. Oh, what is going to happen? And then, not only has this opponent already beaten me on this map, G2 had already beaten Falcons on that map in this stage and ended a 3-year win streak. G2 love this map. And that's a limitation of Virtus.pro's map pool, and I think we saw that with just how dominant G2 were.
And that Earther dominance, you see it on your screen right now. Check on your left side. Not a single player on the side of VP is in a positive KD. On the other side, crazy moment, a crazy stand-up player in Doki, but also just one big thing for me. Look at the rounds in the middle. 4 to split in defense on bank, that's crazy from G2. Why is that? Because they banned the Hibana, because they banned the Ace, the one that we mentioned, and it completely reshaped the way bank is being played. When VP transitioned...
The point stands, you cannot rely on clutches or one big player popping off every single time. You need to have a well-rounded team who understand each other, and you just play off that. And I think G2, you look at Bank, I highlight the open area round that they had. Alamau jumping in through that copy window. He knew he could go for that because
in some sort of books have a similar energy. They're just a little bit more rehearsed, a little bit more practiced with it. And there's Doki getting the first start as he means to continue, screams his way Up rocket stairs,
Wow.
gets the second Doki. He's already knocking on the door of sight. I said it might slow down the control here on towards this end, but as Loira gets one, there's a trade out Blaz, and another gets himself two. It's a blind Alamau. Dan's cooked by stomping. And
Joystick, he's going to be on the hot seat because, again, that window. Is it going to be able to work? In goes the Warden. Oh no, whiffage! How's he messed that up?
the coverage of the smoke, and there's the swing round. 2 kills, but Blaz is down. Now as they're trying to find the cross the angle, Alamau stomping, just get another and another, and it just feels like another and another. You said there was a request to Pasha to pop off, and an ace, a clutch situation would be just that. Can't even get there first though. G2 waiting, no, not quite. For this immediate swing round on the engagement, always more than happy to meet one angle, but it's Pasha. Trades out, picked up. There's always for the second punch. Virtus.pro keep it locked down here on top green.
Yeah, great trade. Keeps the numbers advantage in favor of VP, and even more so as that swing from Loira. Doki has been able to get up that same staircase as what it was the last time, but look at the difference.
Hoping, fishing, and flirting with danger, but didn't know how close they were. Shepard gets Alamau, 7 seconds, and one more for the road, but not enough there. We could not get him for this. Anyway,
Sir Boss come back.
Talk to us later. We'll full faith the distraction will work elsewhere. Loira's going for the plant, the cover of everything. The air jabs to stop the swing round, and Loira, is he going to connect it? No! He was so close. You could see Joystick moving around on the back. Just got the final angle. It's a drop out there in the final throes of it. G2, they took such a gamble.
All it takes is just that one little glimpse, and VP will be able to kill him. Blaz somehow finds Joystick, who actually exposed himself to his own Azami, but oh, there we go. A great trade though with a C4.
Twice!
Doesn't matter though, still okay. Still a 2v1 in favor of VP.
It was, he almost got the plant again, but Pasha swung the angle. A single safe place to plant. All these BPs just reading all this information. 30 seconds, trying to bait the fight above him, but Virtus.pro demo, they're not entirely fishing for it. The close swing there does get the end of one, but now he's just got a plant, and Shepard just has to time the drop down. I mean, who else? Cool, calm, collected.
A little bit of denial as well, but looks as though this boy is actually going to be pinched out here, though. They know exactly where Pasha is, and should just be an easy pick, and it will be. Yeah, Pasha trapped over on that side of the map, and an easy cleanup for Stompin. No trade, though. No fight back for VP.
Another hour maybe stopped that trade game coming out. It's actually one of the statistics between the two teams where, wow, as Stompin locks out Dan. 5.
Reloading ammo.
Now for G2. Case of moving down and clearing away some of that utility. Oh, Blaz. Oh, dear. Gets picked off from the Verts. Joystick has been gifted a freebie. Actually, maybe the lifeline now for VP is getting that kill back, and Doki steps up, but he gets taken out by Always. G2, they've crumbled within a matter of seconds.
It's strange and surprising, really. Just a sort of failure to land, not really something that's happened to them too much. The positions Virtus.pro are finding, whether it's red or based on the information that's driving them, as always, gets his third for the round, leaves just Loira alone, but they know exactly where he is. He has 22 seconds. That's not gonna... Okay, it is gonna...
The VP, it's because they lost that player so early on. It's not as though you need the Inger to have to try and force your way through it with Util.
They know.
Yeah, he does. Easy for Doki, and wow, G2 again, hit it fast, they hit it hard, they get that first pick. VP just gave away all pressure towards this top floor now, and G2 got themselves in the building.
In that fight, the cover comes from our 6th room up towards the window. Dan does get Alamau, so that's that first fight I talked about. So now Dan can sort of propose himself as a potential another 1 versus 1, but Stompin gets the cross. Now it's a 2 versus 1, and it's just an execution as Stompin cuts it all the way. The pistol gets Stompin low. The shotgun gets Loira down in the blind, but he doesn't have the confirm on it. Another rotate, another cross angle, but he didn't expect the other bathroom, and it is an even half.
Towards the desk inside a master. But with the Capital there, he can't play in that position. It forces him back into a much easier position. I mean, you have to say though, that was too much of an easy kill for Laurie to get. He should not be able just to kill a VP player just by shooting through a window. Traps or Alamines, wherever it is in your doorway. You need somebody else to come over and assist you with that. He can just nade it all off and do it himself. However, losing him in that fashion is a shameful.
Steady approach, swings round from the bathroom. They're trying to hope to catch somebody before they drift away, but G2, they've pulled themselves back, all the way back towards green. They do find Loira, but Stumpin gets the trade out. Puts the pressure back up towards green, back up to support Alamau. Not going to leave him entirely high and dry as Alamau's doing his best to draw attention. He's got 3 different angles, 3 different Virtus.pro players to open up at this point, and he's just trying to contest this verticality from position to position. Blocked by his own scope there. Unfortunately, he could not quite see the movements being made, and Pasha gets stomped as well. Suddenly, clicked fingers, and Virtus.pro have been able to just eat their way across. They have the pings on a player who's a bit suddenly surprised, but can drift out. There's Dan down, though.
D4.
Offlands here.
Perfectly played and placed against it. Gonna get them back up, but Demo, 10 seconds. The kit needs to just drop the hatch at this point. They have no other option. They're gonna try and get the swing and the cover. Dan does win out, and Pasha has the cross angle, but
Master from the wall beside operation.
trying to buy themselves as much time. It's a fight here. Onto the bathroom window, ready for the swing, and they've got themselves a bit of width on the angle, and as doors start to close, Alamau closes joystick. Gets the first, swings their way down, just buying themselves as much time as possible as a second comes out, and again, we find Virtus.pro at a man deficit, and there's no coming back from this one. I say, Stompin gets another double, leaving just a Pasha underneath, tracked and revealed to their opponents. A flawless.
This maybe gets him in. I don't know, it's still risky. Look who has the diffuser, it's going to be Pasha.
Well, they're in. They're going to see if they can try and find a plant in the smoke, but a C4 is the only mystery, and then a big spray on towards Always. Took a risk, but Loira, oh, we could just see a sliver on the door, and he's gone out fishing, but oh, is that a little bit too adventurous there? They lose Loira. Motion in, joystick round the back, there's some awareness either side of the walkway, and the catwalk becomes a bit of a traded fight here. Blaz and Stompin double up and drop. A single player leaving just the 2 outside. The breach on green, just miss. The fight of the player stuck inside, but Stompin's there for the shoulder of support, and Dan pretty damaged. 15 seconds, none of it seen. Now as the calls start to come out, a very narrow position, Loira! Oh, that is filth on your screens, and he's getting one more. What is he doing? This is his post. He will defend his post. He's hoping to keep the clip farm going. The crossfire is theirs to punish him on, but a 1 versus 3. Shepard. Blaz is ready to pop up on the fight. Stompin has the cross angle. Alamau has the other. 3 angles. And a great view of it here from the observers of what is likely to be an on-contact execution. Thinks better of it. Now he's got that as an option, is using his time wisely, rotates his way around, but this will all be heard, and sort of said, look, we know you're there. Just fired a couple of bullets to put that fear into Shepard's head and make him rethink his options. This is his worst route in. And this is exactly where G2 want him to be shepherded to. And this is why. 3 angles.
VP in this series.
Reloading.
Oh, Pasha, he's seen a leg. Couldn't connect with the full kill. Oh, but still finds Doki on the vert, and VP. Oh, what a start. 2 kills, always pushing in for the breach. Maybe we'll find one.
Important fight as Blaz goes hunting for the Deimos. The calls are there, and the pistol was ready, but not quite ready enough. So now they're underneath with the C4. They have that vertical control. VP, if they want to try and get a safe plant, they're not going to find it because Dan is gone. With a plan B on the previous round, but they couldn't quite get it. Look at this margin. Joystick, do you know?
Wow.
No, you do not. And at this point, he could hold it, he could leave it, he's going to move on. Rotate his way back up. And
oh dear.
I mean, at this point, yeah, they're worried about it. They do win the first engagement. Oh, they win the second. Alamau doesn't have the smokes to stop this. He's got to win the fight on the right first. Goes to stop the planter. He gets it locked in to the shotgun for the second. He knows the player has to swing him. He knows it has to be close. There's Alamau in the dying throw.
He gets a triple kill there by being very smart, playing his flex support role the best possible way, going to play aggressive with that Mira as soon as they're down and they are having a man deficit.
Yep.
And even if you look at the first, the 3 rounds in a row that VP won in that defense, almost all of these rounds were extremely close, where either clutches, either 2v2s on side, and always on the back also on a few plants that were supposed to go down and were denied at the very last moment.
Yeah.
And
I think G2 have gone through actually some of the hard yards now. They found a team and a cohesive unit that works well, and they're always going to have the players that take the risks, that get aggressive, that do those things that, it's very easy to call him out for and say, oh, it's a bit aggressive. You take, for example, in that lair game where Loira's out there playing smoke inside of the garage in the basement, and he's just peeking, he's quick peeking, and he's going constantly, and he's getting aggressive. He gets a 3K and peeks one more, but that's what G2 are going to do, and that's what they're going to go through the processes. But when these players are confident, when the teamwork is working and synergizing so well, you make your own luck that you get away with so many of those engagements.
Stomp and Doki both on 20 kills, 40 kills in total for the two of them, almost 1 kill per round for the two roommates. I mean, I don't know what these guys are doing, especially in their house. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're eating. I don't know how they sleep. I think they were on the golf course today. I don't know what's going on. 40 kills.
I know. It's crazy.
Honestly, the bromance in the two carries in game.